Oh, hey. So, if you can't tell, I'm a girl, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about the NBA, and that's probably where you hit stop. But I promise you that I've listened to more podcasts than you about the NBA because I live in the Bay Area, and there's, if you don't know, a ton of traffic, so I just like listen to podcasts all day. And I probably watched more summer league games than you. I like essentially like did like mock drafts before this draft, so I like know everything about all upcoming NBA players. And last season, I essentially watched like every game on League Pass, like super into the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, great League Pass teams. But I have acquired all this like useless NBA knowledge that I try to like give to people that I work with. And so I'm like sitting in my cubicle and people come in and I just like go off about, how much I love Westbrook or like hack and Shack rules. And people just don't care that much. They just like back out of my cube slowly. And I'm pretty sure like if they did like reviews on me, like they would say, I don't really know how good her work is, but she sure knows a lot of useless information about the NBA. So I thought I would use that information to share with the world this way because you can't slowly back away. You just hit stop and I won't see it. So today I'm going to talk about Westbrook because like he's my favorite. Teague because he moved back in with his parents, and super teams because I don't agree with Adam Silver. So yeah, enjoy. Okay, so Adam Silver has come out and said that he does not love super teams. I do not agree with you, Adam. I just don't. Like, first of all, I feel as though you're kind of implying that maybe Kevin Durant should have gone to the Warriors. And, like, yeah, maybe it would have been cool if he went to, like, the Celtics and brought some, like, actual talent east. But he shouldn't have to stay with one team his entire career. He has given his life to Oklahoma, and now he just wants to leave. And let's put it in like a way that is very a black and white. If I'm working for, okay, say I'm working for Dunkin' Donuts, okay, it's I mean, they don't have great coffee, but their donuts are good. If Starbucks offers me a job and I think that Starbucks has better coffee, I would go to Starbucks and work for Starbucks. I don't think that people would be like, no, 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 you should stay at Dunkin' Donuts and make better coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. Make them great. You should stay there and make them great. Like, no, you'd be like, congratulations on your job at Starbucks, like the better company. That's what Durant did. He saw a team that he thought was better, and he said, I want to go there. And by no means, let's stop and make sure that you don't think I'm comparing OKC to Dunkin' Donuts, because OKC is way better than Dunkin' Donuts, but you get my point. And it just, super teams are fun, and villains are fun. Like, look at LeBron James in the Heat. Like, when he was on that team with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. Like, that was fun basketball to watch, okay? That was just fun. And I'm not saying that light show or extravagant parade or whatever they put on was, like, was fun to watch. But them actually playing basketball was fun to watch. Like, you don't have to love Steph Curry to watch him hit 100 threes and make them all and, like, not enjoy that. Like, that is just, it's crazy. And like you're watching it like, wow, I'm witnessing history. Like, we like domination as people. That's why we like the NBA, is to be like to see these teams like compete. And it's not fun if they all win 42 games and like it's all even. And I mean, like, look at the East last year and their bracket where there was just so many teams that were just like okay making it to the finals. Like, you want those good teams to make a good matchup in the finals. And yeah, like, okay, now you're going to say if there's super teams, then teams are going to tank. So I get that. But do you think the Clippers are going to tank? Like, on paper, Clippers are not as good as the Warriors right now. But there's no way that Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and Blake Griffin are just going to be like, you know what? You guys just take this one. We'll worry about it next year. Like, no. They're going to play as though they can beat them because they believe they can beat them. And, like, James Harden, like, he believes he can beat any team. Any team at all. Like, you just make a team on your own right now with the best players. Like, LeBron, let's put Westbrook, let's put Durant, let's put Curry, let's put DeAndre Jordan. Like, you just put whoever you want on that team. And Harden would just be like, you know what? I'm going to beat you. And that's why the NBA is so good, is because these players are so confident in their skills that it makes for good basketball. And, like, yeah, sometimes teams are going to suck. But, I mean, last year, the Timberwolves weren't that good. The Nuggets weren't that good. They were still fun teams to watch. I still watched them on League Pass because it was fun teams. Like, yeah, the Lakers weren't fun to watch. So, I mean, the only, like, exciting thing last year was about Kobe. So, I get, like, there are some teams that you just don't want to see play basketball. But that doesn't mean that we don't want super teams. Like, doesn't mean that it's bad for basketball. I mean, I see both sides of it. But it's just, I just don't agree with Adam on this one. I just feel like Mark Cuban had a point that super teams and evil players like make for a good competition, and I do not agree with Mark Cuban on anything. The second he said that Russell Westbrook was not a superstar, I jumped off that Cuban bandwagon, and I have ever since been calling him an idiot, just as Durant did. Like, he's an idiot, but in this situation, he's got a point. So, props to you, Mark Cuban, and Adam. I'm just gonna shake my head at you. Okay, so there's like tons of rumors out there that Westbrook may be traded to the Celtics. And I get it, like OKC is nervous that he's going to leave just like Durant did and be left with nothing. But I feel like Westbrook is one of those people who might actually like thrive and actually want to be leading a team like the OKC Thunder. I feel like he's one of those people who like we're all like, oh, OKC's no good anymore because Durant left, and he'll just be like, you know what? Let me prove that we're still good because you have me, and I'm like the most intense point guard like ever in NBA history. So watch me be insane and run down the court and just slam this basketball in the net and get my own rebounds. And I just think that it might be dumb to just say, okay, we're gonna trade him now because he may potentially leave. And I am from Boston, like born and raised in Boston, and I was in love with Paul Pierce, and you know, I still love Rondo when nobody else does. And of course I want Westbrook to go to the Celtics. Like, I have like been on record saying that like I'm gonna move back to Boston if Westbrook goes to the Celtics. So I mean, there's a lot at stake here for me, but I feel like the Celtics can't do anything with their assets. Like, they have all these like Brooklyn picks and like all these just like mediocre basketball players, and it's like they're just bundling them up to say, oh, okay, we'll give you these and we'll take Westbrook from you. Or like Blake Griffin or like Jimmy Butler. They just want anybody they can get. But these assets haven't really been working out for the Celtics, so why would they work out for OKC? So I just don't know if it's a smart move. Like, I mean, the Celtics had third pick this year, and they ended up with Jaylen Brown, and maybe he's gonna turn out to be some all-star player, but from what I've seen in Summer League, he can't really finish at the rim. So I don't think it's looking good. But I don't know. Okay, see, I just think that you just need to like tap the brakes for just a little bit and like reassess what's going on. Maybe like you can keep Westbrook and try to get somebody like Blake Griffin to join your team. And then like you're right back in the running again. Like, he's got to be a free agent. Why don't you go for him? Like, why are you going to throw away your best player? And like, I can just see Westbrook just being like this. I mean, he's so intense, but just imagine him taking up like one level. Like, that would be some crazy shit to see. I mean, you gotta give him a chance. Like, don't just. I mean, you lost Serge, you lost Durant, and now. I mean, you're just gonna be left with nothing. Like, you know, Seattle is just sitting there laughing at you right now. They're just like, you deserve this. You don't deserve to have Westbrook. But I'm just saying that you probably should take a step back and reassess what's going on before you go ahead and just trade away your best player. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so Jeff Teague has moved in with his parents. And not only has he moved in with his parents, but he's living in their basement. And I will go ahead and defend him and say that it was his house that he gave to his parents when he moved to Atlanta. And now that he's moved back home, he wants to move back into his house with his parents. But the fact that he's okay with living in the basement shows me that he does not plan on sticking around in Indiana. And I can't be the only one to see that he's an unrestricted free agent next year. Pacers, Larry Bird, just know that he is probably going to take off. So, yeah, you picked a keeper there.